All right, guys and gals, we're back with another round of Run 8. We're back on the new amazing Baldwin sub DLC that was released by High Rail Simulations the other day. If you're an East Coast person, if you love East Coast operations, specifically CSX in the Southeast, you know, if you have Waycross, if you have the A-Line, if you have all that stuff, then I would say Baldwin's definitely a must-have because it fills in a good bit of the operations in the Southeast, right? Like it puts in, really, to me, like the final yard in the Moncrief area. So it's definitely a good one to have. Today we're going to be running from McClinney. We're over on the Tallahassee sub. We're running the Q606. It's probably 2002, somewhere in there, 2002, 2003. So we're going to be running the Q606 back when CSX still had the Tallahassee sub. Now, of course, this is short line, but we're going to be running the 606 from McClinney up to Waycross. That's where it ran back in the day. We do have at least, I think, one meet out there as well, too. So we'll see about doing that, setting that up somewhere. This is our train. We got some run through UP power. This is, of course, a few years after UP-SP merger. So we've got a patch unit in there and a UP leader, and then a CSX, a big jack on the bottom, SD45-2. I think first thing we need to do is, of course, look at the map. And let's see, we've got 605 up at Crawford. That's the reciprocal train. That's the one that goes to Nollins. Out of Waycross, of course, we're the northbound equivalent of that out of Nollins. So we're going to go ahead and give ourselves a light here. We're going to give him a light as well. And I think probably what we're going to wind up doing is meeting at West Baldwin. I think that would be a good spot to do that. So we're going to route ourselves on around, or route them around, and we're going to route ourselves into the siding at West Baldwin. All right, I said we're starting at McClinney. We're not. We're starting at Sanderson. I get these mixed up. I'm not very familiar with the Tallahassee sub, to be honest. McClinney, short siding. Like, I want to say it's what, like 4,000 feet or so. It's not very long. So Sanderson's a half siding. I think the Q606, let's see how long it is. We are, let's find our length here. 6,661 feet long. Let's see. We fit. We definitely fit. I was just curious to see how much we had left over as far as. Yeah, that's pretty close, right? That's pretty close. Probably get a couple thousand more feet left in there, but yeah, it's not the full siding. It's only a half siding. All right, let's go ahead and hop in our train and we'll get out of here. Get our window open. Let's get our door open here for AC and maximum sound enjoyment. We'll get that reverser and forward, and I think we're going to move over here. Let's see if we can grab this door real fast. There we go. All right, now we're set. Headlight is on. Big brakes off. Reverser forward, and we can crack the throttle and ease out on independent. I'm not sure what the grade is right here, but there is some fairly steep grades on the Tallahassee sub. I was really surprised when I ran it before I did the video. I was like, man, there's definitely some grades on here. All right, our bottom's moving, and I couldn't even see that signal, but I know we got it clear. Let's hop out and look at it real fast. Yeah, we got it clear. Cool. SAL style, Seaboard Airlines style. Like R2, I guess, with a doll arm. They had doll arms as well too, so it's pretty cool. Means that a track intervenes between the signal and the track governed by the signal. So the track that intervenes would be this siding right here. Of course, the siding is governed by the dwarf. The big signal governs the main there, so pretty cool. There we go. All right, now we're set. Yeah, that was a really common practice on the SAL, was having the R2s with the doll arm. They liked R2s. I don't think I don't think, or at least I can't think of any location where they use like a traditional searchlight. They used the tri-lights. That was some of the earliest signals that they used, and then they got away from those and went to the R2s, but... All right, speed limit, of course, we're a 50-mile-an-hour train. We're slot freight. We're mixed loads and empty, so we're 50. If we're all loads, we would be a 60-mile-an-hour train, but I think we would be a key train because we do have a lot of tank cars, so we'd probably be a key train, which would bump us back down to 50. All right, give it one more notch. Sweet, looking good. Yeah, I've enjoyed the sub. I really have. I've been wanting to see Baldwin in the game for a long time. I just really felt like Jacksonville was missing, you know, it was just missing something without Baldwin. So I think it's nice to be able to have that. There's been a lot of ops in Baldwin over the years. They've had trains that have run from Waycross to Baldwin like a dedicated freight. That was like in 2002. They've had locals that ran between Waycross and Baldwin. They've had like lots of different trains, you know, different operations over the years. So you could do a lot with it if you have it. You just need to pick a time period and research it a little bit, right? I always say this stuff changes with the wind. Alright, we're in notch 8. I think we're good for a bit. So we'll run through McClenny and we'll go in the hole at the West Pass, West Baldwin. Meet that 605. It should work out pretty good. That should be a pretty good meet over there. We'll see. Get our tags up here. Sanderson Pipe. Yeah, the Industries. I have no clue about the Industries down here, guys. Like, I don't know. The only one I know is the big scrap metal place over there by Baldwin Yard. It's the one I'm kind of remotely familiar with because it just kind of jumps out at you on Google Earth, right? Like, if you guys are like me and you kind of like surfing Google Earth, then you'll notice these places, but... Alright, we're on a .22 up. We're rolling about 30 mile an hour. I think that's going to be all she's got. I want to say... What's our HPT? 0.9. I want to say 0.7 is about the minimum on this route. When I was running it, that train was 0.7 HPT, and she drug down a whole lot on the grade westbound. All right, she's picking up a little bit on us here. 0.27 down. Yeah, the Tallahassee subs definitely got some rolling grades to it. It's got a rolling profile. Feel that alerter real fast. There we go, a little different horn today. Turn down just a little bit. That thing's loud, all right? That thing's really loud. I don't know if you guys can tell, but it's loud for me. All right, we got a clear. All right, so it'll be CSXQ 606 has a clear. The 667.5 UP 3647 north out. I have to kind of think about this in my head for a second, like how we're supposed to call it. Yeah, 0.9. She does all right. I think she's going to be a little bit of a draggy train, but it shouldn't be too bad. She's rolling about 40 now. All right, Guilford Davis Road. Really nice out here. I like the countryside. To me, pretty accurate representation of that North Florida kind of woodland area. Yeah, you see how the grade rolls, right? Like, it's definitely not flat. Nice example of a hogback. Like I said, people have asked what a hogback is. This would be a hogback right here. Nice little short hill, right? It's basically a hill you can have your whole train on. Kind of draped over it. I love the straight AMD consist. You can't get any better than that. So my most memorable, like, real life trains I ever had were all AMD consist. All right, let's notch out a little bit here. Like I said, I know it rolls, but I don't know it enough to know it perfectly, right? So we just have to kind of wing it. Looks like we're about to head back up. There we go. Of course, Tallahassee subs. Like I said, it's a short line now. Whatever it's called. I don't know. Not really much of a surprise with that. Like, they've been talking about that for years and years. They were talking about that even when I worked for the railroad. That and the bow line. Those are two that there are constantly rumors about those going away, right? Those two routes. I know we were already, even in the early 2000s, we were seeing a lot of reroutes off of the Tallahassee sub. They were running them up and then back down to back down towards Montgomery and New Orleans in that way. A lot of crosses through here. The thing I love about railroading in the Southeast, the Southeastern railroading in Run 8. There's lots of horn action, right? nice. That's a nice little community there. I don't know what that place was, but it was nice. CSX Q606 got cleared distant to McClinney. UP 3647 north out. All right, we'll keep right on rolling. Yeah, that's a nice little area back there. Look at how extreme this this sag is right here. Like, this is a good one, right? Down and right back up. Yeah, that's pretty extreme. I'm sure the curve in it, the little bend in it right there probably is a little bit of a like an optical illusion too. Nice. Love the tunnel motor, right? Alright, we'll hop back in. Yeah, 0.73 up. That's a nice sag back there. That is. She's rolling pretty good now, man. We're going to hit 50. Pretty decently heavy train. What was it? 10,632 tons. Yeah, that's fairly decent for back then. Alright, there we go. CSX Q606. That's clear. Both ends in McClinney. UP 3647 north out. I can't ever remember that. Clear by McClinney. Yeah, not a very long siding. I want to say it's less than a mile. Not sure exactly how much. I had to pull out my my timetable. I got all my old timetables from the early 2000s. Run into a little rain shower here. That's typical Florida weather, right? Like, you guys that have been to Florida, you know, like 10 minutes it's sunny and then 10 minutes it's raining and then 10 minutes it's sunny. It's like back and forth constantly, at least when I was there. All right, next stop will be West Baldwin. Yeah, it looks like this meet is going to time out pretty good. 605 is going to kind of drag through the northwest Y there. I think it's like 10 mile an hour, 10 or 15. Of course, we'll go in on it restricting at West Baldwin. It's a non-bonded siding, so we'll drag in there too. So it may work out perfect. We'll see when we get over there. All right, once again, back down. It's just constantly up and down. I love that, though. It makes for some fun running. Not sure how far it is between McClenny and Baldwin. So far, nice trip though. Really nice route. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. I think you guys are too. I don't think you're gonna be disappointed. Nice little mini route. And in like a multiplayer server, Baldwin would be one of those kind of remote places where you could just kind of go do your thing, right? Work the yard, no one really bothers you. You get a few trains through there, but nothing crazy. It's not like a Moncrief or definitely a Waycross. They got all kind of stuff going on in Waycross, but that's why I always liked Taft too. Like when I did do multiplayer way back in the day, I like working down in Taft because it's kind of like a remote job, right? You're on the end of the railroad down there, at least game wise, right? CSX Q606 has a clear immediate 658.4 UP 3647 north out. She's dragging down a little bit through here. I don't know what this it says. It's like 0.10 up just now, but I think it was more than that. Alright, let's check our train out through the curve here. Nice. Good way to spot stuck brakes, even though we haven't touched the air, but man, she's still dragging down. 1% down, so this might be the ruling grade. Yeah, this could very well be the ruling grade. Looks like we've got a light up there, but I can't. It looks like maybe it's an approach. Let's go ahead and notch out the throttle a little bit here. I think it is. I think it is an approach. I think this is a distant to west end of West Baldwin. I don't know how long that block is. It's probably at least a mile, I would say. It could be more. Some of these old school signals back in the day, the distance were kind of short blocks. It's not like it is now. You know, 1.5 miles, 2 miles now is pretty standard for a distance. But back in the day, some of them were only a mile. Yeah, I think we got a straight approach. She's booking it now. Grab a little air. Yeah, that's our distant. What's the good thing about this signal, if it is a short block, you can see it from a long ways off. So yeah, we do have an approach on the distant to West Baldwin. And there's West, yeah, that's West Baldwin right there. Pretty decently short block. Next signal 1.4 miles. We have to grab a little bit more air, guys. It's always kind of tricky going in these non-bonded sidings on a restricted and like in grabbing there, because you got to let go of it just right. Like you don't want to squat, but go ahead and let go of it there. All right, there's the 60. I guess that's the 605. He's coming around the northwest connector, yeah. We'll go with it for a bit, and then we'll probably we'll grab some more air again. All right, we do have a restricting into the siding. West end of West Baldwin. Alright, go ahead and grab some air again here. Alright, we'll let go of it. Yeah, it's tricky. I've always felt like it's tricky using air to go into a non-bonded siding because you're having to get down so slow. The south end of West Baldwin. I keep thinking the Tallahassee's an east-west railroad, but it's not. It's the north-south. It's kind of weird, right? This XQ606 has a restricting into the siding south end West Baldwin. Alright, well, we'll keep rolling with it. There's a 605 coming around. We'll probably end it. We'll probably go around the connector, head towards 4 Acre a little bit, and then we'll call it. It won't be that long of a video today. A little bit of cool history for you guys that are Southeastern Railroaders on in Run 8, you know. If you're familiar with the Bostwick coal train, when that train first started, when they first started that service, the train actually ran on the Tallahassee sub. They brought the coal down the river by barge to, I want to say it's Apalachicola, and then they offloaded it into on a rail, or, you know, the coal train, and then took it down to the Tallahassee. That was like, gosh, through the 80s to the late 90s, maybe late 80s, late 90s. I'm trying to remember when that coal plant opened up. It's predominantly been the way it is now, rail the whole way. But when it first started out, it was barged most of the way. Let's do something real fast. Let's rail fan some here. We'll change our HUD so we can see her speed. Make sure we don't get away. Make sure she don't get away from us. Nice. Of course, this train's gonna have a bunch of tanks and like plastic pellet. You know, I kind of imagined, like, if you watch the old 606s, 605s, you'll see they have a lot. It seems like a lot of chemical and plastics in it. I guess a lot of that traffic was going to or coming from like east, you know, southeast Texas, Houston area. Nolans, you know, southern Louisiana. There you go, Q605. Oh, I just wish it had that one last ring instead of cutting it off in the middle, man. Just need that one last ring of the bell, like complete ring, right? Yeah, we got to stop down there in the hole. We should be able to come out pretty soon. Go ahead and light herself around. There we go. Can we get light? Not yet. Almost. Now we got it. What do we got out of here? Looks like we got a medium approach slow out. Baldwin's a really tricky area signal-wise too. Like back the original layout, now it's completely different now, right? They've changed the connectors, they've added the connector, they re-signaled it. Like it's completely different. But back in the day, it was a really kind of like tricky, non-standard setup. Waycross would be the same way. You know, it's part of it is like that the signal system is the OG signal system that was first installed, and then they kind of changed it over the years. Like they did the bare minimum to get by. All right, 605. Train looks good. Marker's hanging. Yeah, in the OG setup, I'm trying to think how this would be. I don't know if they would get a medium approach slow. They'd probably just get a medium approach and then pick up their next light down there. All right, out of the siding. Of course, you keep going straight, that would take you around into the yard. Should get a restricting that way. You should, if you go straight, you should just get a restricting around into there. A little bit of a rail fan view for you guys. All right, got a slow clear around a connector. What is this called? Not sure. I don't worry about it right now. I won't do the external view here, but it's going to take us around to the Callahan sub. That's pretty cool. Maybe we lean over a bit here. Man, they love going around the gates at this crossing, right? Like last time we did a video here, someone went around on us. Let's see if the Beetle does it. Yep, there he goes. All right, there we go. We're counting down. Someone left a tip the other day. I totally didn't know you could do this in game. I didn't know if you hit right shift and then your I don't know what is that key called, like the star key or whatever. I don't know what that is, but either way, it counts down for you. It counts down the length of your train instead of counting up. I totally did not know that. Totally did not know that. Been playing this forever. Did not know you could do that. Or if I did, I'd forgotten. I'd completely forgotten. All right, well, we'll keep easing on around. We'll go up to 4 acre and then we'll call it. We'll let that be it. It's actually ran a little longer than what I thought it would. It's run about 44 minutes. knock off a few minutes for the intro. So yeah, it's a decent little trip. It would be it'd be a decent trip up to Waycross. Like, it doesn't seem like it'd be that terribly long, and I mean, a lot of it depends on how many meets and stuff you have too, but that's pretty sweet. These New Orleans trains, they had a lot of UP power on it. UP run through, some SP stuff back in the day. Let's see if we can see our next signal. We got advanced approach. Go in and fix that. This guy can blast off. He can head towards Sanderson. There we go. Now we got it clear. So yeah, I figured we'd do our Run 8 video today. We're going to do some more DCS. I've been taking up the F-14 Tomcat. Like, you can't get any more fighter pilot than the F-14. Makes me want to watch Top Gun, but we're going to be taking it out. We've been learning a new airplane. Like, I decently know the F-18. I know the ins and outs of it. I definitely don't think I've mastered it. There's still a lot of little tricks and things that I don't know, but for the most part, I can get around in it. I can take off, I can land, I can drop bombs on target, I can do most everything in it. But yeah, it's time to move on to the F-14. We're going to be taking it up. What I'd like to do is go into Hoggett, Georgia at war, and do some air-to-air combat with those Phoenix missiles, right? Those things can reach out and touch someone big time. So that's what we plan on doing. Maybe we can get a few kills with them. Alright guys, that's going to do it for this one. Thanks so much for watching. Love all of you, and we'll catch you on the rails next time. Peace! Powerful, I don't think... Oh, what was that? Oh, it was horrible! Slam on the brakes. If you're not sitting down, you are now. What? No, big cat, no. Stop. Oh, no. No, kitty, go. No.